Yeah, have a look into this. As I mentioned earlier, virtual machine is a software based machine. Do you agree? A software is made up of some files. Those files will have some extension. Okay, here virtual machine is also made up of some files. Can you see some files here? And you can also check when a machine is deployed. Let me show you. As soon you deploy a machine, you will see those files. I think I have already shown to you, but still again I'll show you. Let me quickly navigate to my ESXi host. So this is my ESXi host. When I navigate to my data store, browse data store, let me take one Windows machine, and this is a Windows machine. Okay, can you see some files here?
Yeah.
Can you see VMX file?
Yeah.
This is a very important file. VMX file is nothing but a configuration file, where this file will have the information about what CPU you are using, which version of OS you are using, how much RAM you have assigned, how many hard disk this machine has got, how many NIC card this machine has got. Okay, so to show this practically, let me download this file. Can you see a VMX file? Let me download this file. See, I have downloaded this file. Let me open this file. I told like VTX and all that issue coming, right? So in this file only you have to make some changes. I'll show you tomorrow. Open with Notepad. See, I have opened this file. Open this file. See, now I can tell which OS I'm running with. Okay, if I type Windows down. Can you see? Windows Server. Okay, I'm using this ISO image to connect, but actually Gust OS version is, can you see this? Windows 2019 server version, same only, server version. Okay, RAM, memory. To find how much RAM you have, virtual memory or RAM. Can you see? NVRAM. It's NVRAM. It's nothing but a temporary RAM file. But I want actual RAM file. Let me show you. It will be in the name memory. Or yes, it's called mem size. 4 GB 4096 mem size. Now let's see hard disk. It's called SCSI. Okay, have a look into this. SCSI. Can you see? SCSI 0, SCSI 0%. Can you see this? I'll show you the sizes also. We can see the size also. Hard disk size. Let's see the size. Memory size. Need to search. It is there somewhere usually. You can see the size of hard disk. You can see network interface card, NIC or Ethernet. Yeah, Ethernet. Can you see Ethernet? Which network it is connected to? VM network. So this file will have the complete information about configuration. Okay, and you see to which, you see Geo network. It's connected to Geo network. One of the NIC card is connected to Geo network. I'll show you this now practically. See now. Come back.
Any changes happen in the parameter file?
Uh,
Actually, I want to recover because this is text file.
huh.
How to block this text?
We have to take a backup, VM backup. this file should be taken backup or snapshot. We have to take a snapshot before making changes to this. So I was briefing about this machine, Windows VM, Windows 7, this one now, student 7, this machine. See now, when I click on edit settings, you will see all hardware configurations. Whatever you have seen there, right? The same info in GUI format. CPU 2, RAM 4096. You have seen Geo network there, right? And storage is SCSI and SCSI controller. Here you can see SCSI 0,0. Hard disk 630 GB in size. Here it is. Can you see SCSI 0,0? This is the first drive in this machine. Right. Similarly, there are other files like raw device mapping file, disk descriptor file. These files you will understand later. At this time, I want you to remember 3 files. Number 1, .vmx, this one, configuration file. Number 2, .nvram, BIOS file. Okay. Next one is .vswp. Remember first 3. Swap file means page file. Temporarily, this is used in case of your virtual machine is running out of memory. See what VMware will do, they will create a page file or temporary memory file. Okay, in case of you're running out of space, then it will provision from this. It is like this: you have a bank account, right? You will keep some money in Paytm or wallet, some money in bank, direct bank. Why you keep money in wallet? If that is exhausted, then what you will do?
So we will take from our back from our
Same thing here in virtual machine also. Virtual machine should not go down. So that's why VMware enables a swap file. Okay, swap file is nothing but a page file or temporary memory. Okay, it's like a temporary RAM. In laptop, how RAM works? If you click any task, right, temporarily it will go and save in RAM memory only, and then it will send it to CPU. Similarly, in a virtual machine, there are possibility that virtual machine RAM can go down or it used maximum resources like 99%. At that time, it will take space from this storage. That swap file will be always twice the size of memory. See now.
the physical motion of
Yes, yes, yes. You're right. Yes.
Windows.
Linux it is there. Yes. In Windows also it is there. All operating system it is there. So let me show you this. So I told you swap file will be twice the size of a RAM file, right? Let me open a powered on machine file. Browse data store. I'll take one powered on machine, that is student 3 in 2016. Have a look into this now. Can you see swap file here?
Yes, sir.
How much it is? 4 GB, man. Where you are looking? 4 GB. Can you see this? Swap file is set into 4 GB. And NVRAM means BIOS file. This is 264 KB. Okay. Yeah. So now let's see the size of RAM on this machine. Let's so you can see this 4096 4 GB RAM, because currently it is under limit, under usage, that can dynamically expand it, but it will be using twice the size of this RAM size. Okay, remember that. It should show twice the size. I'm not sure why it is showing less. Maybe it's not expanded at this time. Let me try again. .vswp is this swap file. Here it is 82 MB. That's not the one. This is the one only, but it is. Or I will bring you this. To understand, I will navigate to VMware page. vmware.vswp file. This is very important. In interview they will ask you. Okay. Have a look at this. SAP files are VM memory swap files. The disk space consumed by these files calculated as configured VM memory size minus VM reserved size. This file created on powered on and removed when a VM enters in powered off state. So in interview they may ask you a question. What is the use of .vswp file? You should mention like this is acting like a page file or temporary memory. Okay, when a machine is powered on, this file is created. Okay, and it will be twice the size of the RAM, and in case of power off state, it will come back to lesser than 1 MB. See, we have seen one powered on machine, right? Just now, what we did here, what is that? What we did now, we have seen a powered on machine. Now let's see a powered off machine. Student Windows Phone, it's a powered off machine. Okay, let's see VSWP size. It's 4 GB showing. .vswp. This is strange. I will show you in command line. Okay, I'll show you here. It's not showing in GUI with the correct number. I'll show you in command line. Maybe after a break, I'll show in command line. Okay, 9:30. I have to take a break. So meanwhile, you guys can search for this. How to connect ESXi via PuTTY. Just search, because we're gonna do this, and I will show you how to connect, how to view those files. Allow me some time. Meanwhile, I'll pause the recording. We have a software called PuTTY. Can you see here? When you open this, it will ask you your remote server IP and password. See, in browser, what did you do? You put IP, right? And you put username and password to connect to ESXi. Just think, this is also a method where you can connect to a ESXi host. See, it will ask you host name. When I click on open, it will ask you username and password. Okay, by default, for security reasons, ESXi is not enabled with remote connection. We call it as secure shell. We told yesterday. SSH is disabled by default. We administrators should enable manually. Write down one note. Note, by default, ESXi SSH is disabled. Not by default, ESXi SSH is disabled by default. Administrator should manually enable. Administrator should manually enable to connect remotely. So let me show you a demo. Look into my screen, all of you. See, one of the ESXi IP is 192.168.1.130, correct? And when I click on open, you see network error, connection refused. Connection is refused. So what I have to do? Manually, I should log in first, and then enable remote management or remote shell. We also call it as troubleshooting mode, TSM mode. There are many naming conventions we use. I'll show you how to enable this. Go to manage. Can you see services?
Yes, sir.
I think day one, I told you don't start any service and all. You see, so here when you scroll down, can you see SSH?
Yes, sir.
TSM-SSH. TSM means troubleshooting mode. TSM means what?
Troubleshooting.
Write down a question: how to enable SSH using ESXi host client? How to enable SSH using ESXi host client or web client? This browser is called host client. Okay, browser name of the browser is what? Host client or web client. Okay, see now SSH you should select. Can you see one option to start? Click on start. That's all. Now it's running instead, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now if you try, I'll duplicate this. Now it will allow. See, it is allowing now. Username is root, password is test@123. See, it's allowed. Correct now. You can execute all basic Linux commands. ESXi is made up of Linux. ESXi is made up of Linux. Okay, we call it as POSIX. So I also want you to make some theory. I shared student notes to you. Maybe I want you to write down this. One moment. Theory notes. I want you to write down this theory notes. Otherwise, you will forget. Write down. Write down this. Write down this. This is important because when we started installing ESXi, we also should know like what are the previous versions we were running. ESXi summary, bare metal hypervisor from VMware. You know, right? ESXi is a bare metal hypervisor. Yeah.
Sorry, that point, what is it? It's POS1.
Sorry.
That point, it is POS1.
POSIX. It's POSIX, POSIX, Unix distribution lookalike OS operating system. I told you it's like a Linux, right? Actually, VMware ESXi is built on a Unix distribution. That Unix distribution is called POSIX. Done? Please continue. ESXi used Red Hat Linux based service console for management, which was replaced by DCUI. Continue. ESXi management interfaces. Please continue. Hey, when you're done, you tell me when. How do I know that I was looking? ESXi management interfaces. I will explain one by one. Please write down. Done? Right. There is two more. vSphere SDK or software development kit. And you can you see putty at last? SSH putty. Yeah. So there are many ways you can connect. Via putty is used for CLI command line. You will see only commands there. Done? Okay. Look into my screen now, all of you. Bare metal hypervisor, you know, and 64 TB, you know, right? We have written under VMFS, correct? A data store maximum size is 64 TB. In that, one single file of size maximum. And how much TB of RAM it can support?
40.
As of this one, but latest is 12 TB. Please correct it. 4 TB in 6.0, 12 TB in 6.7. 12 TB RAM supported by ESXi. Okay, one VM can support up to 6 TB. Out of 12 TB, one single VM can support maximum 6 TB. You have written now already. Yeah. So how many VMs you can run on ESXi?
102.
Yes. And so anyone can ask you like this, hey, what is ESXi? Your first answer is it's a hypervisor, virtualization software, bare metal. Next answer is it is POSIX lookalike operating system. Means it's like a Linux or Unix operating system. Unix and Linux are not much difference. Linux is a distribution from Unix. Unix is the father of all operating system. From Unix only all other operating system are developed. Understood? Yeah. So POSIX is nothing but an operating system. I'll show you now. Look into my screen. Can you see POSIX? Portable operating system interface. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
So this is again a operating system. If you want full form, you can write down portable operating system interface. And you can see it is a Unix like. Can you see this? So when it was started, it was in 1997. Year started